That thing's almost sideways.
Yes, we're recording, Jen.
Bored. Are we done yet?
Hey guys, hello, we Keep It Dirty Off-Road, and today we're on one of my favorite trails to do a comparison between the Raptor and the Jeep.
Totally kicked his ass.
Shut up. No, you didn't. So the reason why we're doing this is because I've been trying to get the wife into a Raptor for a long time, and she still won't budge.
Nope.
You know, her whole complaint is that it's too big, it's just hard to drive, she doesn't like it.
Today didn't score you any points either.
Today, the goal is to take a trail we love, which is a power line road that we absolutely love here in Cal City, and take both of the vehicles through there and see how they do, right? See how they handle, see their strengths and weaknesses. We do know that the Raptor is going to be a little bit faster because, you know, it's designed for high-speed off-road. The Jeep, we can't even go in four-wheel drive past, 40 miles an hour, so it should be an interesting comparison, and we're going to get the wife's view on it as well. So I'm going to give you guys a review, my thoughts on the Jeep, and then based on the wife driving the Raptor, she's going to give you guys her thoughts on the Raptor, but she's not going to be on camera.
Nope. I shot under penalty of death.
I want to be able to sleep in my own bed, so we're not going to put her on camera. All right, guys, so let's get to it. Let's do a couple shots and see what happens.
We're going to get cancer today.
What? Because of the power lines.
Power lines? Cancer!
Now we ended up going to our favorite spot, which is Power Line Road next to 395. We've been here many a times. It's a relatively tame trail, but it's a lot of fun because for the most part it's smooth. It's a little technical. You do have to deal with some S-turns and stuff like that. The terrain does change a little bit, so you really get a chance to use the suspension, not to its full capabilities, but you get to go fast off-road without any major obstacles. Love this road. Now, before we got started, our luck wasn't with us this day. We actually ended up running over a screw on the way in, and we got a pretty nasty flat.
We're about to hit some trails, and unfortunately, we got a leaking tire. I think I saw it earlier. It's a nail, so we just stopped over. We're going to get it fixed. Go forward. Back up. Right there, right there, right there. Okay. Parking brake and everything. I think that's it right there. Fucking suck. Oh yeah, can you hear this, Christian? You hear that?
Yeah. The hell did you get stuck in there?
Something big. Give me a flathead too. Oh my god, this thing is massive. Oh my god, look at the size of this thing. How the hell did it get that deep? I don't know, but it got deep.
Because we drove over it and then we kept on going.
Oh, it's gonna need more than one. What the fuck? The gloves are just falling apart on this shit. See that? Fuck. Here's the gloves.
The hole ended up being pretty big. I mean, you guys saw the screw that came out of it. We ended up having to use 2 patches, but it took us about 3 or 4 attempts just to get the patches to sit in there correctly, and it was just a pain to get this tire patched up. But we finally got it patched up. We lost all the air, so we had to get our air back up.
Did that work? I think that's it. Let's get some air in that tire. After struggling with this thing for quite a while and losing the majority of the air.
What do you mean majority?
Folks, almost all the air. Finally got it patched. I think. Maybe. I haven't even started wheeling yet. Air up to 30, Ethan.
30?
Why the fuck isn't this cutting off? I needed to cut.
Why do you need it to cut?
Because if that catches too much, then it'll come off on the trail. Oh, well, that's nice. Oh,
What?
look at his knife. It's broken.
Somewhere.
You'll learn to love it. Alright. I already got it done. Here.
Alright, so after fighting with the tire for about 30 minutes or so, we finally got her patched up and got back on the trails. Here we're letting the wife catch up in her Jeep. Now for this video, we had the plan of doing a couple of different types of trails. We wanted to do a smooth, high-speed pass section to see how both trucks handled it. And then the plan was to go do some rough sections and see how both the vehicles handled it. Plans kind of didn't turn out that way, and you're going to see why. But here's my wife's Jeep doing her first pass through this section. It's a little rough right there in the middle, so you can really see how stable the Jeep gets, and it actually does really, really good on this trail.
All right, hon. It's in selfie mode, so it's not filming you, but how fast were you going on that one?
65, 70.
65, 70?
On the way there, on the way here, mom went 60. Reverse, she went 70.
We were trying to dust you.
She was just
Okay.
happy to dust you.
So do you want me to try your Jeep, or do you want to go try the Raptor now?
You can try the Jeep.
Okay, let's do
Don't
the Jeep.
adjust my seat. I better not be in that video. If I'm in
You're
the
not.
video,
Look.
Okay, now it was my turn to hit the Jeep. As you remember, my wife was doing about 65, 70. She's not too familiar with off-road. I wanted to go a little bit faster, and boy, was I surprised with the Jeep.
That looks faster than 65, 70.
That was 80.
Okay, here it comes.
It's actually pretty smooth. I'm kind of surprised. Trucks all over the place, though. These fucking tires are scary as hell. But, yeah, she can move. Mind you, this is relatively mild. This stuff right here is very, very mild. So I'm going to have you set up in Baja mode 2-wheel drive. Do you want 4-wheel drive to get a little bit more control?
yes.
Okay, so let's go get you set up. All right, hon, so you're in Baja 4-wheel drive, okay? You can tell she's a little nervous. She's like, it's okay.
Something wrong with the steering wheel.
There it is, actually.
I don't like this. I don't feel safe. The steering wheel feels like it's coming apart.
Yeah, that was saying that.
The steering wheel feels like it's coming apart.
Yeah, mom's saying that she's having problems with the steering wheel.
How fast can you guys get up there?
65. Maybe.
Steering wheel too jerky for you, hon, or what's going on?
Yeah, teacher.
Mom's saying it's too jerky.
Yeah, keep in mind that we got steering problems with that truck and that's what it's all.
Alright, we're on our way back.
Copy that, we're getting set.
That was at almost 80.
That was 80.
It felt fast.
Yeah, that was like almost 80. It's supposed to sound like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Alright, you're turning in. Turn.
Is it supposed to sound like that?
How'd it feel?
This steering wheel, I don't like it.
The steering wheel is inherent to this truck only, just so you know. The steering wheel is jerky.
Yeah, very jerky. And then your car makes some weird noises.
It's like, it's because you're not pushing on the gas hard enough. All right, I'm going to do my pass, and then we're going to take off on the spot.
I thought we already did your pass.
Not in this, no.
Did you ever do this pass in the...
No, Dad did it in the Jeep.
Now it's my turn to take the truck through and show the wife what the truck can really do. If you guys look, the truck was already starting to get really shaky again, and this has been happening to me quite a bit. And a lot of the shaking you're seeing in the camera is because the front end is just, it's not planted. It's way too shaky. There's something wrong up there. I was still able to get high speed though.
85, 90.
You hit 90.
How fast is that?
90. 90.
So closer to 95 when you consider leading that.
No, okay, things just popping.
Yeah, that's the exhaust popping.
What I meant to say there that it's closer to 95 when you consider I haven't adjusted the speedometer for the 37s. Now afterwards, because of all the issues we were having, I wanted to take the truck through this nice high speed section and really start document what's going on with the steering and show you guys that violent jerking, and it's extremely violent when it happens. Now you hear me talk about this trail a few times. Overall, it's a relatively tame trail. It's relatively smooth. It's a lot of fun, especially for a novice going through here. You can get up to some decent speeds. You know, your regular guy's gonna hit 65 here, no problem. Us that have been running this trail for longer, we can get up to the 90s out here without any issue. There are some areas that get a little rough, but they're very small. We're talking very mild. We're talking washboards for less than 100 feet. We're talking small little jumps. My steering wheel shouldn't be acting the way it is, as you're going to see here, right? You can already see that it's very jerky every time you see the camera jerk. The whole truck's jerking, the whole steering wheel's jerking, and it's not good. And then here you're going to see what happens with my steering.
Yeah, but there's a hazard up here. Oh, shit. You see that shit?
Yeah.
Glad we finally captured it.
It's extremely violent, guys. The steering wheel feels like it wants to pop off your hand. It feels like it's gonna break your wrist. It's violent shaking that I've never felt on any other vehicle. It's awful.
Fuck me.
Good thing you recorded on your GoPro.
There's the advance track and the pre-collision on a simple little jump. Yeah, the next exit we're gonna join you guys.
All right, on the next exit, we're gonna join you guys.
Look how bad the steering wheel is now.
Damn! So you got your steering wheels off, and you got a couple sensors going crazy.
Yep.
Gotta love these new trucks.
No, there's something seriously wrong with the whole front end of this.
Yeah, see, this is something else that's been happening, and this started recently. When we flex that front suspension, for whatever reason, a bunch of sensors go off. And the last time the dealer checked this out, they thought it was something to do with the actual steering itself and replaced the lower steering shaft. Not sure what's going on, guys, but it's thoroughly getting annoying. We were done. We knew the truck wasn't performing well. It was getting more and more difficult to control it. The alignment was getting worse and worse, and the wife wasn't willing to drive it with the way the truck was set up right now. She just didn't. It didn't feel stable to her. She didn't feel safe.
Payment, and our steering wheel's way the fuck off. We did mild shit, and the sensors went off. Everything went off. All right, guys. So that's it for today's video. Unfortunately, my steering wheels are causing nothing but problems. We're going to release that video here in a couple of days to show you guys what's going on with the steering and kind of give you guys an update on where we're at. We've already taken it to the dealer a bunch of times, but obviously, honey, you're not comfortable with it, right?
Your steering sucks.
Yeah. Now, it's normally not that bad. It's normally much smoother when you're going down the rails, and the control is great.
It's going in a con item. In the do I get a Raptor? There's the pro and the cons. The steering is in the con now.
So to give you guys kind of an idea what's happening is the steering wheel is jerking back and forth just as you're going along the trail. And if you hit something rough, it gets really violent. And it doesn't matter if you're in sport mode or comfort mode, they all feel the same. So there's definitely something wrong with my steering, and it feels like shit.
It feels like it's going to come off right in your hand.
Yeah, now, the Jeep, on the other hand, I took that thing pretty fast, and there's two problems with it.
Nothing.
Very little control. Because it's only rear-wheel drive, it's relatively light, and the tires are, you know, the BFG KO2s. Are they KO2s? Yeah, they're the KO2s. She was all over the place. I was sliding everywhere. I couldn't get traction. It would just keep sliding, and then if you weren't careful with the steering input, the back end kept sliding, and it's not like I could turn on four-wheel drive because this thing can't go faster than 40 miles an hour in four-wheel drive. So that was the one drawback. But, what?
I was just going to say the problem was between the seat and the steering wheel.
No, it wasn't. Oh, it wasn't. But it was smooth. That was a surprise. It was smooth. Now, the trails we were hitting weren't that bad, but even at 80 miles an hour, it was smooth. But I can confidently take that well over 90 miles an hour and feel pretty good control of it. I didn't feel that in this. Once you hit over 70, 75, this thing felt I take that back. Once you hit over 65, this thing felt really, really squirrely. But there's ways to fix that. I'm sure there's the ways to fix that. Can't add four-wheel drive, but there's got to be a way to make that a little bit more handleable. So what's your impressions, hon? Which one would you rather drive today, just based on what happened today?
Jeep. Definitely Jeep. That is another piece of shit.
But aren't you going to want the new Raptor?
If I get the new Raptor, it's so that you can't have it and you have to drive that.
Yeah.
And then I can say, no, you can't touch it.
All right, so Ford, today you lost a customer because your steering sucks, and we've been at the dealer 3 times for it already. It's not fixed. My wife don't like it. So we could have had another Raptor in the family.
Jeep.
See, we could have had another Raptor in the family, but because of stupid
Jeep.
steering problems, we're fucked. So
Jeep.
we're going to come back, guys. Once we get our steering stuff figured out and fixed, we're going to come back. We're having a lot of problems there. Look out for that video coming up next. So many problems there. We'll give you guys a deep down as to what's going on, what we've done on the truck so far to try to address it with the dealer, and what's next. So with that, any questions, comments below? Any last final thoughts, Jen?
Where's the milkshakes?
Over there.
We need to go get milkshakes.
Okay, so we're going to go get
It's like
milkshakes.
fucking hot.
All right, thanks for watching, guys.
Bottom's kicked out the passenger side. That thing's almost sideways. On top of that, the welds, shock buckets right there, are starting to crack. Crack on this side's a little bit worse.
We're going to take the tires off today and get a closer look, but some major going on with the truck. I don't know what it is.